Hi guys, I'm going to make a video really quickly. I just want to show you, if you hear that sound, it's a duck that my dog has, that she freaking loves, and it's the only thing that keeps her quiet. So if you hear that during my video, just don't think it's like, I don't know, someone dying. So this is going to be, I have a blue tongue, I'm drinking Powerade. It's over there. I don't know if you can see. Right there. So anyway, this is going to be Paranormal Experiences number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't even know what number I'm up to now. So yeah, this happened yesterday. No wonder why I have a migraine. I freaking play with that all the time. So just to give you a backstory of the story that I'm about to tell you, we live in a unit, we rent, our owners are selling, and the people that have bought the unit, well, legally, we can't say they've bought it, but they've put a deposit on it, you know what I mean? They have been like through during the open house and stuff, but they wanted to come through again last night just to make sure everything's in working order, because they didn't want to buy a house that was like, seemed okay, and then they buy it and then it's like, they buy and then they like, then we go, oh well, this needs fixing and this needs fixing, and then it's like they have to spend all this money. So yeah, so they came around last night, and the couple are recently engaged. It's good because we get to stay. They're buying it as an investment. So their name's Ali and Mark, and Ali's mum and dad came, and Mark's dad, and I thought his mum came, alright? I thought his mum came. So we're all standing in the lounge room here, just all around here. And we were just talking, and Mum was telling them about the unit and stuff, and I found it really weird because the woman that I saw, right, the woman that I saw, that I thought was Mark's dad, mum, was just standing there like everyone else, like Ali's mum and dad and Mark's dad were all really, oh, this is such a great unit, you know, like having a really good talk, smiling, happy, you know, like, oh yeah, they're really excited because this is their first like investment property, and they're doing this and they're doing that, like, so it was like everyone was really happy. But the woman that I thought was Mark's mum was just like, sorry, hair's pissing me off, was just standing there like staring at everyone like, and she was just staring, and especially she kept staring at me, which I found really weird. She was just staring at me like she was really upset and really angry, and I thought that was really weird. But then I was like, well, maybe they had a fight on the way here, like, I don't know, I just didn't think anything of it, you know. And then so they left, and what I found really weird is like the parents went outside, and Ali, this isn't the weird bit, and Ali and Mark were in here still talking to my mum, and I was just looking outside watching the parents walk away. And what I found really weird, but I didn't think anything of it at the time, was that I saw Ali's mum and dad, and I saw Mark's dad, but I didn't see the woman that was with Mark's dad. Do you know what I mean? I didn't see her, and I was like, that's really weird, like she must have just walked up to the car, I don't know. And so when they left, Mum and I were talking, and Ali was like really pretty. She was like, her mum was, we were trying to figure out what nationality she was, and I was like, oh well, her mum looks like she's Filipino, because one of my really good friends is Filipino, and I like, do you know what I mean? I just know what the women look like. Not that I'm stereotyping that everyone looks the same, don't give me shit for that, I just, you know, whatever, I'm not even going to explain myself. So anyway, we figured out that she was Filipino, her dad was like Western, like white, and her mum was Filipino. So we're like, okay, well that's what Ali is. And then Mum was like, oh well, Mark was quite dark, like he had really tan skin, so I wonder what he is. And I was like, oh well, you know, his dad was like white, and his mum looked really dark, like his mum had really dark skin. And Mum was like, how do you know his mum had dark skin? And I was like, because she was like standing with his dad, like how the fuck else am I meant to know that? And Mum was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, the woman that was standing next to Mark's dad, I assumed was his mum. And Mum was like, Courtney. And I was like, what? And she was like looking at me like, because this stuff happens, like I see stuff all the time. Mum gave me the look like that whatever you saw wasn't actually there, like she couldn't see it. And she looked at me and she was like, Courtney. And I was like, what? And she was like, the woman wasn't there. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like I was like a normal person, and that's like, that's never happened to me before, where I freaking mistook someone who wasn't there, you know what I mean, for a normal person. Like, I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, oh, maybe she's upset because she's had a fight. I don't know. I mean, I could see her shoes, I could see her feet, I could see her legs, I could see like a completely normal person. Do you know what I mean? Nothing was missing, nothing was weird. And like, Mum was like, Courtney, there was no woman there. It was just Ali's mum and the 2 dads. And I just was like, what the hell? And my mum, we went through it. I was like, Mum, she was there. And Mum told me where everyone was standing. And Mum was like, the woman, there was no woman. It was just Ali's mum. And then when I thought about it more and I kind of went in, like, thought about it more in detail, I realised that Mark's dad wasn't showing, like, wasn't acknowledging, look how cute my dog is. Hello. Hello. She loves that ball. He wasn't like acknowledging her presence, do you know what I mean? He wasn't looking at her. No one seemed to be like acknowledging that she was there except for me. And I was like, she was like staring at me in the eye. She was like that. Like, she was staring me in the freaking eye. And so yeah, that's something that kind of happened that creeped me out. Yeah, that's the only time that something like that has happened. And I mistook her for actually being there when she wasn't. So yeah. Sorry, I just had to pick up my dog's paw. Ow. And another thing that happened, I don't know if this is paranormal or not, but I'm just going to tell you the story, because my mum's getting sick at the moment, so it just reminded me of something that happened. So when we first moved into this unit, if you watched one of my other paranormal videos, I don't know, I think it's the first one I made, I told you that we live in Unit 1 now, but for 10 years we lived in the same unit block in Unit 38. We've only been here for like 2 years now, maybe? Now? I don't know. I just went to say maybe and now, and it came out as Mao. New word. So the people that lived in here before us used drugs. He was a really abusive husband and father. So many fights would happen. The police would get called here. Like, it was really, really bad house. It's perfectly open and fine now, but they never had any of the blinds open, never had any of the windows open. When we moved in here, like, we didn't pick up on any of the energy or whatever. And then Mum started, within 2 weeks of getting sick, like, my mum had pneumonia before, but she started getting sick within 2 weeks of moving into this unit, and it was a really dry cough. There was no phlegm. All her ribs were really sore. All her chest was really sore. Every time she would cough, it'd be like it would be like that constantly, so she couldn't get a breath in. It was so bad, and she went to doctors, and the doctors were like, well, we don't know what it is, like, you know what I mean? And so I started reading online, and I came across smudging, like burning sage. And I said to Mum, well, what have we got to lose, you know what I mean? And so we bought some sage. We've still got some somewhere, like the bound sage that you can buy specifically to smudge a house. So we burnt that, and we were going around the house, and we were saying out loud, like, whatever's in here that's making Mum sick, can you please leave? We don't want her to be sick. We want all positivity to come in, yada yada yada. Just walking around the house saying that, burning the sage, smudging. And literally as soon as we stopped, the air just felt so more, like, it was like this big weight had just been lifted off, and it was just so, like, bright, and I don't know. And I'm not, like, you guys are going to think that I'm making this up, but I'm not. Mum had this cough for months, and it was weird because whenever she left the house, it was a little bit better, but when she came back in the house, it was horrible. And this was going on for like a month, 2 months, and as soon as we smudged, and this is not a lie, we stopped, we finished it, put it out, and Mum did not cough again. And you guys are going to think that I'm making that up, but I'm not. So I don't know what that was. I don't know whether it was energy or if it was, I don't know if it was a coincidence that she stopped coughing as soon as sorry, that was my dog's toy. I don't know if it was coincidence that she stopped as soon as we finished smudging or whatever. But yes, I just thought I'd make that into a video just for you guys, just to have something to think about. But yeah, so leave a comment or something. That would be greatly appreciated. Bye. Ali says bye too. Ali, say bye. Say bye. Ali. Bye.